being God, the consequences of this action, a lot of them died. A lot of them did what? Died. 20 and 21. First Corinthians chapter 10. Verses 20 and 21. Everybody, you are going to read at the count of 2. I'm going to tell you, I carried my diary so I can read from here so you hear when you eat things like that, what it does to you. So I'll read from here. Now, we're going to read at the count of 2, verses 20 and 21. At the count of 2, 1, 2. Take note, when you eat things sacrificed to evil spirits, you are having a fellowship, whether you are conscious of it or not, with those demonic spirits, with those ancestral spirits. The Bible says those things open you up to fellowship with them. That's why in your dream they will come. You will see all the people that have died in that family sitting with you, having a fellowship with you, talking with you. And after that, you are suffering, you are sick, you don't understand what's happening, you ate something. The people that you are in fellowship with, they have come. The things offered or sacrificed by the Gentiles are not sacrificed to God, but unto demons. That's the word devils there. They are sacrificed unto demons. So when you eat those things, you open up yourself to demonic access into your heart, into your life. Look at verse 21. In verse 21. Verse 21, please. Verse 21. Everybody at the count of 2. 1, 2. You must choose where you belong. Either you belong to the Lord or to the devil. You can't be having Holy Communion here and you are also having Holy Communion with sinners out there. So they are your friends. Pastor was celebrating New Yam Festival. And before you started eating the yam, part of it had been cut and given to ancestors. The meat, the blood, everything had been poured out to those ancestral spirits. And after you do that, you come church, when they do Holy Communion, you also partake. You open up yourself to a whole lot of calamity in the journey of life. Now let me read from my diary here. Number 1. Food offered to idols open you up to all forms of demonic affliction and oppression. Take note of that. Food offered to idols open you up to all forms of demonic affliction and oppression. Food creates access. Food, sacrifice to idols creates access to your spirit. By demonic powers, you begin to suffer sudden sickness, inexplicable health challenges. You will go to the hospital, the Oyibo machine, the scan machine cannot pick what the matter is, but you know you are sick. You know you are dying. So you open up yourself to inexplicable access to terminal affliction by reason of eating things sacrificed to those demonic deities. Number 2, it causes physical and spiritual defilement. Take note of that. Things sacrificed to idols, when you eat them, it causes physical and spiritual defilement. Daniel chapter 1 in verse 8. Daniel chapter 1 in verse 8. Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. Can I see that please on the screen? Daniel chapter 1. Reflect it please. Please walk with me fast. Daniel chapter 1 verse 8. But Daniel purposed in his heart. Take note that he will not defile himself with the portion of the king's food. Because before Nebuchadnezzar gives that food to other people to eat, and before he eats it, he will first offer it to the gods he worships. That drink, the libation, is poured to those demonic entities and before anybody eats of it. But Daniel, understanding that this will bring pollution, contamination to my body and to my spirit man, he said, I will not eat the portion of the king's food that is served to people. They were dignitaries at this time because they were selected. They are going to be diplomats on behalf of the king, sent out to other nations because at this time the whole world was under the Babylonian Empire. And these are people in the king's court that will be discussing with the various kings and the officials of the kings of the nations. Daniel was one of them. The Bible said, no, with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. He told that man, I prefer to eat vegetable, no meat. You don't bother. Don't bother about the meat. Let me eat the vegetable without meat. Number. It causes physical and spiritual defilement. It causes physical and spiritual defilement. Causes physical and spiritual defilement. Food can contaminate your body and expose you to terminal and demonic diseases that defy medical treatment. Take note. Food, sacrifice to idols, can contaminate your body and expose you to terminal and demonic diseases that defy medical treatment. Why should you not eat things sacrificed to idol? Number 3, it brings you into agreement and covenant relationship with evil spirits. Take note of that. Sometimes you begin to face harassment. You don't know where the harassment is coming from because of what you've eaten. It brings you into agreement and covenant relationship with evil spirits. I read that in 1 Corinthians 10. Let's look at from verse 19. We read it before, so you have more understanding. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verses 19, 20, and 21. The food sacrificed to idols will bring you into an agreement and into covenant relationship, that which is offered in sacrifice to idols, anything, in verse 20, verse 20. But I say that the things which the Gentiles, the heathen, and the pagan sacrifice, they sacrifice to demons and not to God. And take note, I would not that you should have fellowship. That's the word in the Greek, koinonia. You partake, you participate, you come into alignment, agreement. You come into a covenant with evil spirits. And in verse 21, the man Paul said, believers in Corinth, you cannot drink of the cup of the Lord and at the same time drink of the cup of devils. That's why you see even in the culture, they share drinks. In the witches' coven, it is the blood of human beings they drink as part of their covenant relationship. Brother Suji, touch my sister there. What did I say last, sister? What did I say last? Somebody is cutting my trouble. Oh.
He said that in the cost of eating the food sacrificed to the idol,
Yes.
it will not profit us anything.
Eh?
It will bring us down.
Enwere onye na-achọ m okwu. Akwa ma onye mmụọ. Achọrọ m okwu. So pay attention. Right. Leaders that are here are right. You know some of the things I teach you here. You will see them featuring when I give you seminars during a vigil. Go and write and bring me your notes. Now you are not writing. You will go to somewhere you want to look, you will not see it. So that those who are not here, who will sit under your seminar class, you can be a blessing to them. Put pen to paper. When I bring it during seminar and say, go and write, you can write to profit the people listening to you during the vigils or during our special programs. Right. All right, now, let's go on. Now, why don't you have to eat, or why shouldn't you eat things sacrificed to evil spirits? I said, foods left at the altar. Creator, take note, spiritual alliance with familiar spirits. They bring you into agreement, into covenant. You come into alliance with familiar spirits. Look at verse 18 of that 1 Corinthians 10 verse 18. 10 verse 18. We read it before. 10 in verse 18. Behold, Israel after the flesh, are not they which eat, take note of that, of the sacrifices, partakers of the altar. You come into alliance with that altar. Brethren, there are people who cannot have children because of, I don't know, this past week, there was a news item. Husband and wife died at the reception. Why? The man or the lady that man courted and refused to marry, and is marrying the person he